My video developed key codes and conventions of a typical industry video. This is because I developed on the conventions of existing media products by pastiching them and arranging them / changing them to suit my target audience and genre. From the use of these codes and conventions, a denotation of verisimilitude was created by giving the video a professional connotation. My video has a narrative and performance structure, making it a hybrid video, by Sven Carlson. Therefore, necessary research was done by researching and viewing existing hybrid videos for codes and conventions of the narrative performance structures. One way I did this was pastiching transitional effects from existing music videos of the same genre. After researching videos from my chosen genre, I learned of the most used effects and transitions such as cuts. The cuts transitional effect is where one shot cuts through to another with no delay or any effects in between. The cut mainly takes place on the last words / words of a line from a song or during chord changes. From this I use solely the cut effect but spaced out every cut, running the shots for an average of 3 to 4 seconds. I did this because my choice of song was a lot slower paced than a fast track, which is around 1 to 2 seconds per shot. If I used a faster editing method, the shots would look warped and strange due to the shot types and narrative used. Another way I developed conventions from existing media text were my use of costume, props, and mise-en-scene. After researching my genre and target subculture, it became apparent as to what style clothing and what props to use. I went for an urban style look of checkered shirts or band shirts, jeans and Converse trainers. In terms of props, I used traditional band equipment and instruments of guitars, drums and mics. This made the performance side of the video very realistic as the band members were actually playing the song live. This also made editing easy, yet hard. The live version has a different guitar work compared to the recorded version, which made the guitar singing harder. In terms of mise-en-scene, I chose a location of an urban warehouse. This deserted warehouse is situated in Mexborough. I decided that a warehouse would suit their grunge personas and amplify their target subculture appearance. This created anchorage. In my video, the visual appearance of the band anchored the preferred meaning of the punk rock genre of the music. By doing this, I exploited them in terms of stereotyping, as I dressed them in stereotypical punk rock apparel, in order to address the audience and show the relation between the band and the viewers. I also used and developed conventions of media text during my ancillary task. A great example would be my digipack. I researched various packs and albums from different genres to get an idea of what features, codes and conventions would need to be on a digipack. For example, the copyright disclaimer. This was a very important feature to create verisimilitude in the product. Also things such as the Dolby Digital logo sponsorship and PAL region logos. These also add the diegesis of verisimilitude. All these conventions and codes built up the encoded meaning and appealed to my target audience by making it look professional. I decided to pastiche various colours and visual effects from an existing album cover from a band called 12 Stones. From the same genre, I pastiched various conventions which made this cover look professional and attractive. I used their colour scheme of dark green and torn effects to distort the image. However, I then developed on this by using my own imagery. I created a theme of using very old-fashioned clocks, numbers and gears. I then layered these images several times until the image became appealing. The text I used was a fancy old-style text to connote their genre and enforce the clock background. Another way my video adopted codes and conventions from existing media text is by means of effects. I noticed from my research that most of the videos drop the saturation in their clips. This was mainly done to performance sections. Therefore, I dropped the saturation on all my performance scenes in order to test this out. It did improve the look and appeal as it made the video seem grungier to relate to my audience. Therefore, that effect was kept. Other codes and conventions I copied created a macro effect of genre representation. As discussed by Jason Mittel, industries exploit genres in order to endorse their products, which I did by using the genre of punk rock as a main focus and exploited them in order to appeal to my audience.